First, though, we got a revenue update from Taiwan Semi. Let's go to Kevin Green. Still probably one of the most important semiconductor companies to keep tabs on, given the fabrication of all these AI chips, KG. So what are they saying?
Yeah, and we are seeing the shares up about 1%. Now, obviously, we are seeing a little bit of volatility at the open, but we did actually have a really good report when it came into July sales. They actually did see revenue coming in at around 45% on a year-over-year basis. That's the increase, which is remarkable. But even if you're kind of looking at the month-over-month increase, Oliver, that went up by 24%. So they are seeing some demand, obviously, from the AI trade that is out there. That's going to directly impact NVIDIA, as well as maybe some of the other names that are out there when you're looking at handsets. We have heard from some companies that maybe we are seeing a little bit of a bottoming there, and that'll actually be a tailwind for Taiwan Semi here in the future, because those handset chips actually are one of the more profitable products that they actually do fabricate here. Now, we are actually expecting a doubling in capacity for advanced packaging for these chip on wafer products here by the end of 2024. So they are ramping up the capacity. They do believe that the demand's going to be there, and we are already seeing a fair amount of semiconductor companies that are fabless leveraging Taiwan Semi in order to try to bring these products to market and try to capitalize both on the top line and bottom line on this AI trade.
You know, looking at the one-year chart here, I guess it didn't occur to me until now that Taiwan Semi's chart still looks pretty darn good. You know, there was some real carnage in some of the technicals for the tech group, and even though it did pull back, it looks like it's still in a pretty clear uptrend. You know, it looks decent.
Yes, it does. It's still actually lower than when we heard comments coming out of former President Trump regarding potential tariffs. So it's trying to grind back here a little bit. But yes, the uptrend is still in place here and actually still trading at a healthy premium when you're looking at a forward PE basis compared to what we've seen in the past. This was kind of actually a little bit of a late trade compared to when NVIDIA or even an AMD once it was, catching a little bit of a bid here. But now it has caught up. And the reason why we have seen that catch up within the stock here is because of the fact that new companies or other companies are going to be bringing new products to market for AI, and the contractual agreements there probably will be providing them a little bit more of a premium or a better margin than what they have for the existing NVIDIA GPUs that are out there, which they're only making around 9.5%, maybe 10% margins of those GPU products. So that's also another reason why we're seeing a lot of investors and even analysts really bulled up on this name over the last couple of months.
I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing a bigger reaction. I mean, the fact that this rate of change again for their sales growth, it was a pickup of pace compared to the last month. So the fact that we're like still accelerating is kind of impressive after a quarter where there was mostly like disappointment in a lot of the responses to these semiconductor and AI connected earnings. Maybe a decent little preview for NVIDIA a couple weeks away. I mean, I'm kind of surprised NVIDIA's not up more.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of context there. I think the June numbers actually is what drove the street and shocked the street. And so when you're looking at the price action going into this number that we had released last night, yesterday the stock was up over 6%. So we might have had a scenario where we are buying the rumor, selling the news. I think the market was probably already pricing in a pretty healthy number here, which is why you're not seeing the rapid or the spike in price because of this number. The June number is the one that really kind of took the street by surprise. And so when we have those type of scenarios, usually we do see the market try to front run this data point, and actually that then causes a scenario where if they do miss the street's expectations, you could have a dramatic move to the downside. That's not the case here today. So the exceeding of expectations most likely was already built into the price of the stock.
I'm looking at the Barron's article. It says that this number was higher than the last month, right? Though this 45%.
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
It's just your point is that the last month was when it really dawned on the market how big these numbers were going to be.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
It was still a pretty impressive fact that they were then able to top that again. I mean, tough crowd, I guess, here this morning. TSM's up, though, just not NVIDIA. Well, 0.75%. Maybe it'll pick up the pace. So, I mean, we had a good day yesterday for a lot of the tech stuff. I appreciate it. Thanks, Kevin. Good number, important number. Probably the most important number, frankly. TSM still at the center of the AI trade. So a nice figure there. We'll see if NVIDIA picks up the pace a little bit. S&P's trying to go positive, so we're getting a little bit of a bid into the market.